Greetings, welcome to the channel. I hope you all are doing well, and all honor and praise go to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You know, it is such a weird thing when you've got a bunch of butt ugly, whorish, stank, trash out there, and I'm sure that many of you can resonate with this message this evening. They stinking, they ugly, and they dress bad. And I'm only talking about those groups and they think they got it going on. And, I have actually seen those types of people, those types of cliques, all of my life. And one thing that I can say that they all have in common is that they always like to laugh and make fun of other people. And see, one thing you have to understand about people that laugh and make fun of other people and feel like that you all are the buffoon or the butt of jokes or things of that nature. You have to understand that when dealing with people like that or observing people like that, or maybe you're not observing, maybe you just know that there are certain people that are that way. Oftentimes, well, really every time, those are the people that hold the most jealousy against you all. You understand? It's like the laughter is like a safety net so that they don't have to feel what they really feel about you all. Okay? I mean, because I'm telling you, just based off of my life's experiences and the things that I've seen, it's always the ugly people that make fun of everybody else. And they're physically ugly. They're not attractive. And if they are considered attractive, it is only by people that are in their groups and their cliques that look just as bad and ugly as they do. So what you will have is a group of people that are tore up from the floor up, messed up from the get up, low class, ghetto, gutter, and they will try to target other individuals that are the complete opposite of themselves. And what I've come to notice is that a lot of times you will find that those types of people are they might try to be very flashy, but the things that they wear look cheap and tacky. You understand? They look cheap, they look tacky, but they feel like that the things that they wear and put on gives them some level of sparkle. And me personally, the people that I know of, I wouldn't be caught dead dressing the way that they dress and look the way that they look. And from what I understand, there were a group of people that were attempting to make fun of me and laugh at me. But I'm like, make fun and laugh? Why? When all of you are ugly. And none of you dress like anything. And they all dress tacky. And they're ghetto. And they're uneducated. And they definitely don't have my educational level. And because, see, people a lot of times will try to look at people and judge people by what they wear. And I don't know about you all, my brothers and my sisters, but I've always been a sharp dresser all my life. But when I come to a season in my life that I decide I don't want to dress up, I'm not going to dress up. So basically what I'm saying is I'll basically put on maybe a t-shirt, a pair of jeans, and sometimes some sneakers and some diamond stud earrings or whatever I decide to wear. I'm just saying that. And just whatever I decide to wear. Whatever earrings, whatever jewelry. And I'll step out. And so you can take somebody else who has to put on all these Christmas tree ornaments to hide their ugly, and they'll be like, oh, they think they're good looking, and they think they're this, and you don't have on these bamboo earrings, and you don't have on these whatever they wear. And I'm thinking to myself, whores, I wouldn't want to wear what you wear, because what you wear is not my style. And I would tell somebody like that, you don't need to be worried about what I wear. Don't worry about my t-shirt and jeans. I know how I rock it, when I want to rock it, I know how I've been rocking it all my life, because I know in the area that I grew up in, there was nobody that dressed sharper than I did. I remember one other female that when I was younger, uh, every time I saw this particular female, she was older than me, but she was always dressed up and she was always color coordinated. I mean, she always matched. She always kept her hair done and had her makeup on. And she was always by herself. Always by her. I have never seen her with any females. I've never even seen her with any dudes. She was always by herself. And I remember when I was a young kid, I would see her walking home from high school, and she was always dressed nice, and I always noticed how nice she always looked, and she always stayed to herself, and she was very quiet, you know. And that's how it is a lot of times, especially for you females out there that are attractive, and you dress nice, or you may just want to wear a t-shirt and a jeans or whatever. People that are busters, they're not going to like you. Okay, they're not going to like you, and they're always going to feel competitive with you. And I know I'm the type of person, I don't know about you all, but don't nobody tell me how to rock it. I dress up when I want to dress up, and I dress down when I want to dress down. And I know I'm the type of person, excuse me, sometimes I go through seasons where, I'm like, I just want to, be laid back and put on a comfortable t-shirt, especially if you're in certain work environments that really don't require you to dress up and dress conservatively. You may just throw on a pair of jeans, nice jeans, and a t-shirt, and maybe just some shoes that are comfortable for your feet. And from what I understand, I know I was in a work environment where there was these females that came in there, and I guess they thought they were looking good, but they weren't. And they would try to look down on people that didn't come in there dressed tacky like they did and flashy like they did. It was flashy, but it was tacky. You know what I'm saying? And from what I understand, and not only them, but they had a dude in their midst too, and he would make fun of people too, and because other people made him think that he had it going on, and the way that he dressed, I didn't find the way that he dressed to be anything appealing either. I know when I've seen sharp dresses in my lifetime. I have been a sharp dresser, and I still am when I want to be. But when I don't want to be, I wear what I want to wear. I mean, I'm a grown woman. I put on what I want to. But sometimes it takes all of that for that type of trash. When there's somebody around them that makes them feel inferior, so they feel like that the ornaments that they have hanging on themselves and the type of clothes that they put on that to me are tacky, and I wouldn't be caught dead in it. They feel like, oh, that makes them something, and that makes them something better than somebody else, when they're not. And it's always going to be those gutter, ghetto, low class, troublemaking, mocking type people. It's always going to be a low class, low grade types of people that like to laugh and pick and make fun of other people. And I've noticed that throughout my life. That anytime I'm in an environment, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a work environment, but anytime I'm in an environment and there's a group of people that are always laughing and mocking and making fun of other people, it's always a certain clique where everybody in that clique is ugly, dress bad, stink, and want to make fun of other people. And they put lies out on other people. I know many lies have been put out on me, but I don't care because, I'm the type of person, I really try not to pay lies any mind, because the proof is in the pudding. And when people meet me and see me, they know what's up, And it's always the people that come in and, they're musty and they don't use deodorant. And if it's somebody that they don't like, they'll target that person and they'll spread lies on that person. And I know for the work environment that I was in last summer, that was the type of environment that I was in. But that's not the only environment that I've been in that was that way. Anytime you work those types of gigs where it doesn't require education and like a high education, and it doesn't require people to have a high intellect, that's what you'll deal with. And those will be the types who they'll be overly concerned about the type of vehicles that other people drive, or they'll try to put down the type of vehicles that other people drive when what they drive don't look like nothing. And I don't know about you all, but I like my car. I don't feel like I have to change cars every year. I don't know about you all. I buy whatever car that I like to buy. And if I want to get a newer car, like upgrade to a newer model, that's what I'll do. But if I do, it will be because I want to do it. It won't be because I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses, or what I originally wanted to say because somebody else feels that I should. Because I come from the school of thought, if you don't buy my car and you don't pay my car insurance, what I drive and ride ain't none of your business. And I come from the school of thought, if you don't buy my clothes and you don't work for the money that buy my clothes, then it's none of your business. And oftentimes, and every time, it will always be those that dress tacky and they dress bad. They'll always be worried about what somebody else has on when they look a mess. They may think they look good, and the people that like them may think they look good, but to me they look a mess. I don't see anything when I look at them. And it could be those of you that, they may think that you're living in certain neighborhoods that you're not living in, and especially those of you, you may be living in what do you call it? Some of you may be in dangerous neighborhoods. Some of you may be in good neighborhoods. Some of you may be in project areas. Wherever you live, I want you to know that if nobody is paying your rent but you, and you're taking care of your own business, and is your personal business, and nobody has anything to do with you, and nobody can put their mouth on you, because oftentimes those will be the ones that are gutter and low class trash, and they will often target you all because they're trying to judge you by the types of neighborhoods that you live in, or maybe perhaps the types of people that you may have around you as neighbors. But they can't judge you, because like I said, it will be the gutter, low class, busted looking trash that will always have their dirty, filthy tongues on other people. And whenever, I don't know about you all, but whenever I'm around those types of people, I always know when I'm around those types of people. I was going to say I always know when I'm working around those types of people, but I also know if I'm living around those types of people, or if I've ever lived in those types of neighborhoods or anything. I always know when I'm around gutter. That's what I'm trying to say. And I don't agree with those types of people, meaning I don't click with them. I'm not supposed to, because I'm not what they are, and they're not who I am. You have to get in where you fit in. But I don't know. I just felt like coming on and just sharing this message to give you all a word of encouragement that you don't let trash put you down. And if trash is out there laughing at you all, let them continue to laugh, because it's jealousy and it's resentment. And they know they are beneath you, and they know they are gutter. Why do you think they're watching you? Why do you think that out of everybody around them, their eyes are focused on you all? Because they want to be you, and they're jealous of you, and they resent you. And a lot of times they'll even try to pick up your mannerisms. They'll try to act like you and things of that nature. And they're mad because they're not in your personal business. They're not in your personal lives. And they will try to keep tabs on you all, and they can't. And they'll oftentimes try to send somebody out of their camp to try to get to know you all, to try to bring information about you all back to them. And, if you all are intelligent like I am, you already know, don't tell them anything about your lives. Don't discuss your lives. Don't allow them at your homes. And don't allow them on your vehicles. And if you ever do, like, let's just say somebody needs a ride from you one day, and if you kind of get a bad vibe off of them, then just don't give them a ride again. Hey, that's just self-explanatory, that if you feel like that you made a bad judgment call with somebody, just don't make it again, and let it be water under the bridge and water off of duck's back. Okay? And, I've been around grimy, low-class gutter people all my life, in just various workplaces, various schools and colleges and things of that nature. And I've learned what you just have to do is basically ignore them. They're beneath you. I know that the trash that, we've all been laughed at, we've all been mocked in our lives. And, I'm always mocked and laughed at by something that is beneath me. I'm used to it. I'm accustomed to it. And that's why I don't have to react to it. And, oftentimes that laughter, what it really is intimidation. People are around you, and because your energy is so magnificent, they don't know how to act. So the only way that they can react is through laughter. It has to come out that way. It's not that they really find anything funny. It's just that they find you fabulous, and they know that you wear shoes that they can never wear. And basically, that's bottom line, my brothers and my sisters. That's what it is. And so, the word of encouragement that I want to give you all is to continue to move in silence. Continue to keep your adversaries out of your business. Don't worry about black magic, witchcraft, and all of that. Father God is not going to allow them to pry into your lives. Okay, and just continue to do you. And continue to do it the way that you want to do it. If you all want to dress up, dress up. If you don't. You know what I'm saying? If you, me personally, I'm not a flashy dresser. I'm a sharp dresser when I want to dress, And when I do dress, I dress for myself. I don't dress for no man. I don't dress for people. I don't dress to get compliments. I don't need anybody's compliments. If I receive a compliment, that's fine. I don't need it, because I'm secure within myself, and I always have been, and I always will be. But, I do things according to the way that I want to do it. If I want to wear a dingy t-shirt and some ripped jeans and some little scuff around shoes, that's what I'll wear. If I want to wear that to a gig, I'll wear it to a gig. If I want to wear it to a grocery store, I'll wear it to a grocery store. If I want to go out to the park with it on, I will wear it. But see, one thing that people need to realize is that I do me. I wear what I want to wear when I want to wear it. I look how I want to look when I want to look. I drive what I want to drive. I buy the type of vehicle that I want to drive, you know. And I don't feel like I have to buy a vehicle every time we bring in a new year. And even as far as the type of vehicle that I drive what I like and I buy what I like. And if somebody else has a higher model vehicle than me, I don't care about that. I don't care about them, and I don't care about their vehicle either. And I don't care about what type of vehicle they drive. I don't care about what type of clothes they wear. I don't care about what they live in, how they wear their hair. I don't care about their finances. I don't care about where they work. I don't care about who they screw, who they marry, who they have babies by. I don't care about any of that. I've always been the type of person that my focus is on myself and the people that are in my circle. And that's how I will continue to live my life. Okay? So hopefully something that I've said has encouraged somebody out there who may be struggling out there or a little indecisive about just anything going on in their lives. You live your lives for yourselves and you keep trash out of your lives, okay? And I know as for the types of people that I was enemies with at the gig I was at last summer, no, I would not associate myself with those types of people. They were, hey, they were interested in me. I wasn't interested in them. You know, they were watching me. I wasn't watching them. And part of the reason why they didn't like me is because I ignored them. Well, that's because I don't acknowledge trash. Okay, they didn't interest me. You know, a lot of times people want to be seen by you, but you know, the clothes that they wore were ugly. They were ugly. Their shoes were ugly, and the cars that they drove were ugly. And they may have considered themselves dressing flashy and trying to look like they were all Hollywood, but to me, they just looked like bootleg junk that was trying to be about it, but wasn't about it. You know what I'm trying to say? They were trying to look like something they were not. Whereas I can have the look and not even make an effort. I wear whatever I want to wear, you know. And if I want to, like, sometimes, well, I'll put it like this. And sometimes you have to show people who you are, because a lot of the people that I'm enemies with, they didn't come up with me. And by that I mean, you know, they weren't raised around me. They didn't come up with me. They're just new haters, and so they don't know how I rocked it back in the day, or how I've always rocked it. It's just that sometimes, you know, we go through seasons where we want certain looks, and sometimes, you know, it's just laid back, casual, just enjoying life. And then sometimes, you know, you may want to dress up. But what I'm trying to encourage you all to do is to be yourselves out there, and don't feel like you've got to do anything because other people feel you should look a certain way or act a certain way or be a certain way. Be and do yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Do you. And then before I close, another thing I want to stress is that there's this whole thing going around where everybody acts like, and people are even having cosmetic surgery to get these huge buttocks and these huge breasts, and people are getting implants and having difficulty with the implants and things because they're trying to live up to what other people say is the standard of beauty nowadays. Okay, don't brainwash yourselves with that foolery and that satanic foolery. Let me tell you something. It's almost like, this is what I want to say. Embrace yourselves. Okay? Don't feel like you have to be petite. Don't feel like you have to be obese. Don't feel like you have to be large. Don't feel like you have to be small. Don't feel like you have to have a huge butt. Don't feel like you have to have a small butt. Don't feel like you have to have huge breasts. Don't feel like you have to have small breasts. Feel like who you are and what you are. And be thankful for the woman or the man that God made you to be. If God had wanted you to look like that person, you would look like that person. If God had wanted that person to look like you, that person would look like you. Everybody is their own individual person. Okay? That's what I'm trying to get you all to understand. Embrace yourselves. But understand that nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, and I'm only talking to my positive sisters and brothers out there, nobody sets the standard of beauty for you but you. Okay? Because there is no carbon copy of you. no matter how many people out there want to be you. Okay? And so, with that said, God bless you all until next time. Don't feel like that you have to look a certain way, sisters, because you feel like, oh, well, all the men like this and all the men like that. You're not dating all the men. You're not marrying all the men. I mean, I would hope you're not dating all the men. I come from the school of thought. It's about how you feel about yourself. It's about what you like. Okay? It's about what you find beautiful. And then if there's that one man out there that likes what he sees above all else, then it's about how he feels and what he thinks. But as for other men, my sisters, if you don't fit the image of what society is trying to force down people's throat nowadays, which is oversized butts, oversized derrieres, and oversized breasts, what is that to you all? Because I can remember back in the day, that type of image was not being pushed. And I understand that on social media, that's what's being pushed nowadays. And all this airbrushing and false eyelashes and people masking what they really look like because they think they're ugly. And so they got to pack on all this stuff to try to put this mask out there. But back in the day, that's not what was being pushed. Back in the day, people were themselves, especially in the 80s and the 90s. It was about being well groomed and embracing who you are and what you look like. Because I know that, I think we've all grown up with role models. Well, not all, but a lot of us have grown up with role models. And I know that for the role models that I grew up watching and observing and seeing how they dress and stuff, a lot of them, they were very petite. They had very petite frames, and they didn't have these oversized butts and oversized breasts. They had tiny waistlines, and back in the day, that's what the thing was. Everybody wanted to be thin. Everybody wanted these small waistlines, and they wanted these small buttocks, and just to be a petite frame women. Everybody wanted to lose weight, and they were all going through these diet plans and all of that. And then all of a sudden, all this thing came on the scene where everybody wanted these booty implants and breast implants, and now it was about, being extra and extreme. So basically what I'm trying to tell you, ladies, is this. Don't feel like you have to alter what God Almighty gave you naturally to fit somebody else's opinion of what they feel beauty is, okay? If you are a beautiful woman, if you are a good-looking man, you know what beauty is, and you know what being handsome is. So don't feel like you have to go out and mutilate your bodies or change anything about yourselves to fit somebody else's opinion of what beauty is. Because one thing about people that are attractive, you know whether or not you are attractive. And you don't need anybody to tell you, oh, you need to look this way and look that way. No, what about what they need to look like? While somebody's standing there trying to be your dictator and say, well, you ought to look like this and you ought to look like that, what do they look like? Because oftentimes that will be somebody that they themselves look a hot mess. And those will be the types of people that try to set the standard of beauty for somebody else because they don't have it. So the only thing they can do, instead of directing their eyeballs on themselves, they direct their eyeballs towards other people. Well, I think somebody should look like this, and that's what we find attractive. And they don't look like nothing. Okay? So don't let people play mind games with you all. Don't let Satan play mind games with you all. God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God created you all exactly the way that he wants you all to look. And ladies, when it's the right man, he will like what he see, and he will want what he see, and he will come after you. Okay? You don't change yourself for no man. If there's a man out there and he don't like what he see, it's because you were not created for him. If there's a man out there and he thinks that somebody else looks better than you, then let him go after what he thinks looks better. Because just because he thinks that looks better doesn't mean it looks better. It's just what he sees in his eyes, okay? And the same thing for you fellas. If there's a chick out there and she feels like there's a guy out there that looks better than you, that feels like he's more handsome than you or has more to offer her than you, that's what she thinks. But that doesn't mean that's what it is, okay? So don't be letting people play mind games with you all. And I don't know about you all, but nobody can play mind games with me. I'm the type of person, I've always been secure with myself. And, I don't know, I guess it's just my attitude. I've always had like a sassy attitude. If a man don't like what he see, then sucker, it won't meant for you, okay? Okay, ladies, can we talk? And I mean, that's just type chick I am, And I'm not trying to influence you all, but I'm just trying to open your eyes, okay? And it is what it is, straight like that. So I hope something that I've said has encouraged you all. And God bless you all until next time. Bye-bye. Keep loving you. I know I love me. Bye-bye.